What does education mean to you?
To me, education means opportunity, the chance to learn about new things, to try new things, to go in new directions that you never expected.
Education means finding something you're passionate about and having an opportunity to polish your skills and enjoy doing it for the rest of your life.
The process by which we figure out who we can and should be.
Education is a universal right, where inclusivity and equity take center stage. ProEd was born of the belief that high-quality educational expertise can transform a society for the better. We believe that education is for everyone, not only for the privileged. With these noble objectives, ProEd is dedicated to offering a range of exceptional products that cater to the diverse needs of our clients and meaningful nonprofit initiatives for the community. Our comprehensive services include curriculum development, teacher training and professional development, and educational operations. We offer innovative products such as SCOS, which is a student-centered observation scheme that maximizes classroom performance with an integrated competency framework for teaching. Additionally, we provide EduFlex, an intelligent AI-supported platform designed to optimize school operations and enhance every aspect of the institution. In 2023 and 2024, ProEd CSR activities offer frequent free-of-charge opportunities for all people to access the latest and most practical educational expertise to promote education equity and a culture of learning in society. The EduVerse PD platform, a freely accessible source of valuable professional development resources for educators worldwide, including EduVerse webinars, newsletters, podcasts, and the EduVerse Facebook group. We've built a global community of over 6,000 educators and followers from more than 200 nations, with growing interest and engagement every day. With the aim of expanding professional development opportunities, the first ELT camp in 2023 achieved a milestone by offering free opportunities for educators in Vietnam's Mekong Delta. We attracted an impressive turnout of over 300 participants with overwhelmingly positive feedback. Not only that, the ELT Camp 2024 returned last November in Ho Chi Minh City with the theme Future Ready Learners, bringing together teachers from across southern Vietnam to connect, share challenges, and shape future-ready students. Our global partnership with over 30 influential educational organizations, well known for their status as global leaders in the field, have greatly contributed to our success in 2023 and 2024. Our first-year journey so far was reaching new heights at the Asia Education Awards ceremony in Bangkok, Thailand, at the end of 2023. ProEd was honored to receive 2 prestigious awards, including Excellence in Educational Consultancy and Innovation in Education for SCOS, a notable product. ProEd Education Solutions, your partner in shaping the future of education.
Ms. Marcela Villan. She is a seasoned educator from Argentina with over 30 years of experience in teaching and teacher education, specializing in education for sustainable development. She has presented widely at international conferences and served as a coordinator, head of studies, examiner, and teacher educator. Now, a few words about EduVerse, the driving force behind today's webinar. Powered by ProEd Education Solutions, EduVerse PD Network is a platform for global educators to share and get shared. All about education. EduVerse is committed to providing educators with invaluable learning opportunities and resources, from monthly newsletters on cutting-edge educational trends to live webinars every 2 months. We're dedicated to your professional growth, all at free of charge. You may have seen earlier in our promo video that we hosted Edu 361 Expo 2025 last July. EduVerse's signature global virtual summit, a groundbreaking 48-hour non-stop event featuring 118 speakers from 47 countries, covering 121 sessions across 5 compelling tracks, such as AI and EdTech, global skills and employability, well-being, and TESOL. If you missed it, don't worry, you can still catch everything. Just $9.95 for 6-month access. Visit proed.com.vn/edu361expo to explore and replay on the recordings. Now, are you ready to empower your students to become change makers for a sustainable future? Whether you're just starting to think about sustainability or already embedded green practices in your classroom, this session will equip you with actionable ideas, subject-specific strategies, and inspiration to nurture responsible global citizens. Thank you, and Marcela, over to you.
Okay, that's great. Hello, everyone. How lovely to be here. Hello to all my friends that are greeting me there in the chat box. Okay, hello, Violetta. Hello, Elena. It's great to see you here as well, right? I cannot, because of some reason, I am not allowed to give you just a thank you or a heart or something like that, but it's great to be here with you all today. I cannot believe it that we are here all together, right? And I have 185 people listening to me because you are interested in including environmental education in your classes. I love that, and I'm really grateful because it's what our world needs. It's what our world really needs nowadays. So I'm really grateful that all of you are here with me today, and I hope that you find this session useful, right? Remember that there will be questions at the end, time for questions and answers at the end. So we are going to have a great time together. Here we go. Right, and let me share screen. Right, that's it. So teaching the future, why every classroom needs environmental education, right? And let's see. Let's scan this, right? You have a QR code there. Scan it and let's start singing. While you sing, while you listen to the song, pay attention to the lyrics. Can you hear it? Yes. Let's go.
The chalkboard's dusty, the globe spinning slow. The lesson plan's a river, but it's lost its flow. Can't stare out the window with skies that don't know how to breathe, how to heal, how to let the green grow. It's not just science or history's fight. It's roots in the ground and stars in the night. Teach the world to grow, let the gardens rise. Plant the seeds of change under open skies. Every lesson a spark, every word a light. Teach the world to grow, let's make it right.
Pay attention to the lyrics. It's not just textbooks.
Ask about oceans, why the corals pale, why the trees wear scars like an old folk tale.
Can't stop the question, can't skip the trail.
The future's a train and we're laying the rail. It's not just textbooks or quizzes in May. It's life on the line, it's the earth's only way. Teach the world
right.
Let's leave a mark. We'll ask about oceans, why the corals pale, why the trees wear scars like a
Oh, can you see me? Yeah,
Yes,
I had some problem with
yes, miss.
connection as
Yes,
well.
miss.
Okay. Let's go again. So, did you like the song? I hope you say yes, right? Did you pay attention to the lyrics of the song? Teach the world to grow. Let's leave a mark, right? And then it says somewhere, every lesson is a spark. Every word is a light. Teach the world to grow. Let's make it right. And of course, that is what we should do, right? We should teach the world to grow. We should leave a mark on our students, right? And that's why you're here today, because you know how to do it as well, right? So how are you feeling today? Let me know in the chat box. For me, it's 10:30 in the morning where I am. I will tell you in a minute here in Argentina, in Buenos Aires. What about you? I saw that you are in many different places in the world, right? Are you like duck number one, exhausted? Are you like number two, a bit okay? Are you like number three or like number four? I'm like number four because I'm very happy to be here with you today. Four, there is a one there. Well, that must be because it's night or it's the late evening, okay, and you are already tired. Four, three, two, okay, right. Four. That's wonderful. Okay, three as well. I love this. Well, I have all my ducks in a row today, yet to be here with you and share with you all, right? So now I've already seen some of the places, right? Full of beans, says Luis. Okay, I love that. Okay, good. Now, where in the world are you joining us from? I am in Buenos Aires, Argentina, Vietnam, Egypt. I also saw South Korea there, India, Ghana, Egypt, Poland, Philippines. Oh, that's wonderful. Philippines, Italy, Elena. Okay, Pakistan. Okay, Turkey, good. I love all that. Sri Lanka, yeah, Belarus, I love it. Well, this is amazing. Ghana, Japan. Oh my God. Canada, Stephanie. I love this. Myanmar. Good. Well, this is great. So many teachers together, right? And all interested in including environmental education in their classrooms. Okay, now, right? This is me. My name is Marcela Villan, right? As you can see here, right? We have two certificates because I am a lifelong learner. I'm located in Buenos Aires, Argentina, but I work with all over the world. Yes, I'm connected with all over the world because I love being connected with teachers, with educators from all over the world. Violeta, Elena can say that because they are together with me everywhere, right? And well, I've done lots of courses around the world, virtually, of course, right? I belong to the Global Schools Program, which is an initiative of the United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network, and which is in charge of, let's say, supporting teachers all over the world how to take education for sustainable development to the classrooms. I work for the Institute for Human Education located in Maine in the USA, teaching teachers all over the world how to create solutionaries, that is to say, students that know how to deal with solutions to the world problems that we have nowadays. Also, I am a fan of the SDGs. Do you know the SDGs? Let me know in the chat box. Do you know the SDGs? Yes, no? You can. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, no, no. Some no, so yes, of course. Oh, Marce, you are there. I love it. Okay. Yes, 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 and no. Yes and no. Okay, a bit of everything. Nope. Okay, good. All right, we are going to learn about them as well today. Okay, don't worry. We are here just to learn as well. I love seeing so many beautiful names there, names that I know from other places. I love that. Okay, so the SDGs. Okay, I'm a fan of the SDGs. Also, wait a minute. Okay, I love uh, doing projects with my students, right? Inspiring them to take action for the planet, right? I'm a speaker, yeah, international speaker and national speaker on sustainable development. That is my area of expertise and my topic of interest, right? I would love to inspire you today to take action for our planet, of course, right? And I am a teacher in a classroom. I've been a teacher in a classroom for, pay attention to this, 38 years. And I'm still in a classroom, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm still in a classroom. I started when I was 18. I'm 55 now, right? A long way, yes, but I love. Right, my students say like, yeah, long years, of course, that's it. Yes, 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 and I'm surviving, right? Okay, with adolescents, mainly 15, 18 years old here in Buenos Aires, Argentina. So let me know in the chat. Are you teachers as well? If so, what do you teach and what ages do you teach? Let's see. Chat. Let's see. You're very participative today. So I love this. Science, good. 22 years, maybe students. I'm a chemist. Okay, good. Grade 1 English teacher, good. Tertiary level, good. Okay, student, zoologist, okay. Mathematics teacher, high school, good. Researcher, that's great. History teacher, teacher of English at university, English, university has to help here. So that's great. Physics, okay. Third year student, kindergarten teacher, that's lovely. I love that. Yes, I teaching. Okay, teach science also. Good. English teacher at basic level, preschool teacher, English teacher, grade 4, 6. Okay, that's lovely. Yes, I love getting to know all that because it's going to be interesting. Teach all of the subjects. Okay, Carol, that's good. English language teacher, I'm a lecturer. Good. I'm not a teacher, but I'm currently taking an education course. Good, that's wonderful. Elementary teacher, I'm a guidance associate. Okay, I love all that. Okay, good. I'm asking you this because I will give some, let's say, sort of tips, okay? If you are a teacher of adolescents, a teacher of little kids, etc., or if you work at universities, that's very important. Yeah, that's very important as well. I love that. So thank you very much. Kwok, for inviting me here to be here with you all today, yes, in this webinar, Teaching the Future, Why Every Classroom Needs Environmental Education. And as it says here, there will be some key takeaways, right? Like explore global challenges, right? Okay, driving environmental education and its links to the SDGs, discover practical ways to embed environmental themes into the curricula, learn to design lessons that inspire knowledge and real-world action for sustainability. Sustainability and environmental education, two words that come together in this webinar because, of course, there is a connection. So first of all, I would like you to have a look at this video, yeah, pay attention to it, and tell me why we need environmental education in our classrooms. Are we doing the correct things? Are we doing things correctly? Let's pay attention to this.
Sorry, Marcela, we hear no sound. Are there sound accompanied with this video?
It is just music. Can you hear it?
No, we cannot hear the sound. I guess you might need to stop share and reshare.
Now.
Yes, perfectly now. Thank you.
Okay. This is not good. Oh my God, right? Oh my God. Why is it then that we need environmental education, right? How many problems, right, have you seen there? Why is it that we need environmental education? We use everything around us to satisfy our needs and beyond. Yeah, we need to highlight the consequences of human actions. We have to change, absolutely. There is a need of climate action education. That's right. Yes, absolutely. There is a need of climate action education. There is a need for students to know about all these issues and what is happening around the world. Yeah, and what we unintentionally maybe are doing to our planet, and how we can reverse all this and how we can solve all these issues little by little, of course, right? Because the damage is already there, right? So to keep living starts with awareness, of course. Yeah, how humans have degenerated the balance on earth to fit its own greed and desire. Yeah, absolutely, it's like this. There are lots of issues on this world that are happening just because of our actions. Yeah, you know that there is a big difference between what we call greenhouse effect and global warming, which produces this climate change. Now, greenhouse effect is a natural process. When the earth was created, right? Okay, this greenhouse effect protected us and made the earth hotter than it would have been without this greenhouse effect. Okay, but unfortunately, as humanity started growing, right, and we were more and more on this earth, right, we started emitting more carbon dioxide emissions, right, through transport, through let's say factories, the burning of fossil fuels, right, and mostly the quantity of people that are living on earth. Remember that in the year 1950, after the Second World War, we were just 2 billion people on this earth, right? Then as time went by, it started increasing. By the year 1970, when I was born, we were already 4 billion people. By the end of the century, in the year 2000, we were 6 billion people. And now, how many people are there on earth today? Let me see in the chat box. How many people are there on earth today? Do you know? Any idea? We went from 2 billion in the year 1950, more, 8 billion people in this world, going on to reach, 8 billion people, going on to reach 10 billion people by the year, it's supposed that we are going to reach 10 billion people in the year 2050. That's a lot. We are all living on the same planet, right? With the same resources. So, I mean, we need to take care of our planet. There is no planet B. Remember that. There is no planet B. We need to take care of our planet. Now, this other video, which was also created by the same man, Steve Katz, who is a British cartoonist. You can find him in YouTube, no problem. And you can show it to your students as well, right? This second video was produced in the pandemic. We were all at home, lockdown. Nature was happy. Wow, lockdown finished. Oh, they all disappeared. Man is out again. Ah, that's not good. That's not good, you see? So, when we were in lockdown, nature was absolutely happy. And we know that because there were a lot of beautiful results and good results when we were in lockdown in connection with the emissions of carbon dioxide and the things that we're seeing in our atmosphere, right? Okay, so global warming is man-made. It's produced by our actions on Earth, right? Yeah, call it transport, call it factories, call it burning of fossil fuels, call it breathing. We send carbon dioxide emissions to the atmosphere, and we are more and more people on Earth or living on the same Earth, right? I read this in some Instagram accounts I followed. Yeah, the first says, English is not just the subject, it's your passport to global opportunities. Here we are. We all speak English, living in different countries. Yeah, so English is not just the subject. Language is more than just grammar and vocabulary. It's about understanding, interacting with the whole world. Yeah. And that's why we are here today, right? And any subject is like this because any subject is good to be able to introduce environmental education to the classrooms. I have a look at this by our dear Jane Goodall, who passed away some days ago, right? How is it possible that the most intellectual creature to ever walk the planet Earth is destroying its own home? How is it possible? It's really terrible, but it's like this. Yeah, we are destroying our own home. Yes? I suddenly remember, when I am in my classroom, that I don't just teach English. I'm a teacher of English here, but I work in a bilingual school and I teach environmental education and global perspectives. So when I am in my classroom, I suddenly remember that I don't just teach English. I teach human beings, people, and I have to be aware of the needs of these students that I have in my lessons, whether they are 2 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, 18 or 25. Yes, I don't just teach a subject. I teach human beings, and we all need to be aware of the needs that those human beings have. Yes, and environmental education is one of those needs, right? Now, it's very important to talk about green issues. What are green issues? Everyone talks about green issues nowadays, right? They encompass a broad range of environmental concerns that affect the planet and its inhabitants, right? Now, when you are in the classroom, how green are you? How comfortable do you feel to talk about green issues in the classroom? Yeah, let's see. Are you, number one, not at all comfortable? Number two, slightly comfortable? Number three, somewhat comfortable? Four, I feel comfortable, very comfortable. Let's see. Let me look at the chat box. 4 and 3, 4 and 3, somewhat comfortable, comfortable, very comfortable. That's wonderful. Okay, 3. Okay, good. No 1, no 2s. That's great. Okay, some people fear. Yeah, they don't want to talk about this in the classrooms. Okay, right. Yes, Ceci. Okay, but anyway, right, this is the need we have, okay? We must talk about environmental education in the classroom. We must take these issues to the classroom because it's what our students need. It's what the world needs. Thanks for telling me. Okay, apart from that, we have to remember that UNESCO, according to a report that was published by UNESCO some years ago, 2021, education is not currently giving students the necessary knowledge to adapt, act, and respond to climate change and environmental crisis. That is why UNESCO now has a new goal to make environmental education a core curriculum component in all countries by the year 2025. Sorry to let you know that we are already in 2025. We are in October 2025, and this is not seen in all classrooms around the world. Yeah. In this report, it says that 45% of national education documents studied made little to no reference to environmental themes. And UNESCO is working with its 193 member states to support curriculum reform and track progress to ensure that everyone acquires the knowledge, the skills, the values, and the attitudes to introduce positive change and protect our planet's future, right? Now, here in the QR code that you have here, you have the UNESCO report, yes? I'm just giving you some minutes for you to scan it. Yes, but if we continue, right? Here in Argentina, where I live, we have an environmental education law. It's law number 27621, passed in June 2021. The purpose is to raise awareness and foster the knowledge, the skills, the values that people need to actively contribute to solving environmental issues. Ultimately, it aims to promote respect and responsibility toward the natural world and that surrounds us. Now, I'm sorry to let you know that even though this law was passed in 2021, we don't see environmental education in all classrooms here. What happens in your countries? Let me know. Do you have an environmental education law? Let me see in the chat book. Yes, no, you use it, you don't use it, you follow it, you don't follow it, right? In which countries do we have we have an environmental education here in India? Good. Okay. And you see it as a law in every classroom? No, not in Ghana. Good, Emmanuel. Thanks for letting me know. More or less, same in Italy. Okay, that is to say, we have a law, but okay. Here in the Philippines, we have an environmental law. That's it. Does that mean that all the classrooms have environmental education? Yes, in Algeria. That's wonderful, Rania. Okay, a little bit in Vietnam, right? Okay, yes, we have in the Philippines, but when money talks, the law is bent. Yes, every class compulsory. Oh, that's great, Minir. In India, we have environmental education, but not really clear enough. That's the point. Yes, in some cases, we do have laws, but the teachers don't know what to do in the classrooms. Yes, I teach well. That's good because you are like me, John. Okay, you have a special subject, okay, dedicated to this. But the teachers of other subjects, call it maths, call it science, history, okay, how do they include all this in the classrooms? Okay, because I mean, all our students have a need for this. Okay, so I mean, we all must take environmental education to the classroom. Apart from that, let's pay attention to this by the World Economic Forum. Okay, environmental stewardship appears as one of the emerging skills, right, for the year 2030, right? The core skills, we have AI, of course, right, and you have creative thinking and this and that. But here you see environmental stewardship, right, as an emerging skill for the year 2030. That means that our students must get to know about it, yes? And if it is not the teacher that teaches them, who's going to teach them? Okay, apart from that, by the year 2030, we know that we have to reach these sustainable development goals. These 17 goals, yes, adopted by the United Nations in the year 2015, right? And they have to be achieved by the year 2030 that encompass the most important problems that our world is facing, right? These goals, no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy for all, decent work and economic growth for all, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, how many things we produce and how many things we buy that we really don't need. Climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, strong institutions, and partnership for the goals, working all together for the achievement of these goals. These goals include us, because goal number 4, quality education, does not mean that your students have to get a 10 at the end of the academic year. No, it's not connected with that at all. Quality education, if that happens, if all your students get a 10 at the end of the academic year, that means that you are an excellent transmitter of knowledge, right? But it does not mean we have quality education. Quality education is connected with ensuring that our students, all our students, get the knowledge, the skills, the values, and the attitudes to work for our planet, to work for sustainable development. That word that is so trendy nowadays, right? But what is it that we need to do to work for sustainable development? We need to include these issues in the classrooms. Yes, yes, or yes, there is no alternative. Have a look at this. I don't want to protect the environment. I want to create a world where the environment doesn't need protecting. And that is what I want you to do as well. Yes, I want you to create a world where the environment doesn't need protecting, right? Let's see. Another word that is so trendy nowadays, sustainability. What is really sustainability? Sustainability appeared in the, let's say, Brundtland report in the year 1989, right? It was the first time that the word was seen there. Since then, it has become a common word, yeah, because everyone talks about sustainability these days. Sustainability and sustainable development. Sustainable development is the way to get to sustainability, right? Now, sustainability has got 3 main pillars: the people, the planet, right? And the economy, right? Okay, profit, as it says there, right? I will say the economy, the environment, and equity for all the people. Those are the pillars of sustainability, right? In English, you call them the 3 E's, right? Environment, economy, and equity. Our world needs that. If we try to find a balance, yes, among these 3 pillars, economy, environment, and equity, the world will be absolutely different. So that's what we need. We need sustainability, a balance, right, among these 3 pillars: the people, profit, the planet, or the environment, the economy, and equity, as I like to call that. Yes? Now, why are green issues important for us teachers? That's what I mean, right? Whether you teach at kindergarten or the lower levels, or let's say the middle levels, or higher levels of higher education at university, right? Why are green issues important for us? 4 main reasons. First of all, because we are part of a global crisis. What is happening is not happening only in Argentina, it's happening all over the world. It's not only happening in Vietnam, it's not only happening in the Philippines, it's happening all over the world. So we are all connected with this global crisis. We are all into this global crisis, yeah? And if it is a global crisis, we must all work together for that, yeah? Number 2, because it has language relevance, especially for us that speak English. And I will tell you why. All the document, all the information that comes out, yes, from the big sources like United Nations, UNESCO, first comes in English. So you have a lot of material to use in your lessons, right? If you teach English, if you teach languages, if you teach in English, you have a lot of material online to find in connection with this. Anyway, you have to remember that UNESCO material and United Nations material is also translated into all the other languages. So you must take all this into your classrooms. Number 3, because you will be making your students see what's happening around the world. You will making them open their eyes to see what's around the world, what's happening there. So, I mean, you will be working on global citizenship, right? You will making your students connect with the world through these issues, right? That's global citizenship, to see what's around the world, what's happening around the world, and try to act accordingly. And number 4, because you will be working for the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals adopted by the United Nations, as I told you, in the year 2015. So these green issues are essential in our classrooms. They are connected with education for sustainable development, of course. Education for sustainable development is the big umbrella that we have. That includes environmental education, that includes global citizenship, of course, right? They all belong to different United Nations agendas, right? Okay, but they all have one same goal, yes, to make a better world for all. So we must include all these things in our classrooms. What is education for sustainable development? Education for sustainable development gives learners of all ages the knowledge, the skills, the values, and the agency to address interconnected global challenges, including climate change, loss of biodiversity, unsustainable use of resources, and inequality. It empowers learners of all ages to make informed decisions and take individual and collective action to change society and care for the planet. Education for sustainable development is a lifelong learning process and an integral part of quality education. Now, education for sustainable development, a must-have for every classroom, yes, is not here, must be integrative and not additive. Not additive. What do I mean by this? Here in Argentina, there is a wonderful environment month, which is the month of June. Because of the 5th of June, we are celebrating the day. So we have June as the environment month. And in June, okay, all classrooms in my country, they just plant trees and they make some, let's say, charts on the board. Yeah, let's take care of our planets and this and that. But that's not a good point. It doesn't have to be only 1 month in the year. It doesn't have to be one class in your semester. It has to be every class of your semester. It has to be every class of the academic year, because we must work together for this. Education for sustainable development, integrating these topics into your lessons and talking about them and working on them must be something integrative, part of your own lessons, right? So have a look at what Stefania Giannini, right, Assistant Director General for Education at UNESCO says. We are increasingly asking if what people learn is truly relevant to their lives, if what they learn helps to ensure the survival of our planet. Education for sustainable development can provide the knowledge, awareness, and action that empower people to transform themselves and to transform societies, right? Education for sustainable development. So let me have a look. To make sure that the next generation can breathe fresh air, exactly, to create a sense of belonging, absolutely, all that, yes, we must work on education for sustainable development. So have a look at this. This is very important as well, right? This is the children's vision of the world. This is the children's vision of the world. A happy world, no problems, right? Nothing to worry about. Not this, which is unfortunately what we have. Our children, our students in the classrooms are the least responsible of what is happening around the world. They will bear the greatest burden of the impact, of course, because it's what they are seeing nowadays, the greatest burden of all this impact, right? But they were not the cause of all these problems, right? All these problems started appearing in the past, okay, and little by little they were increasing, right? Population increased, right? Okay, the carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere, let's say, increased. Okay, I told you, when I was a little girl, and I am not a dinosaur, when I was a little girl here in Argentina, in my home, there was just one television. I did not have a computer. Let's not talk about cell phones, right? Now, we have thousands of computers, thousands of cell phones, thousands of televisions in the house, lots of cars in the street, okay? Burning fossil fuels to make electricity in my country. We still depend on fossil fuels, right? Hope in other places of the world that the thing is changing. But here in Argentina, we still depend a lot on fossil fuels. So burning and burning and burning of fossil fuels, right? Electricity. And we all arrive home and we all plug our cell phones, our computers, and turn on the televisions and this and that. And little by little, all these problems have started, yes, to become more and more important, right? Yes. Very good. I like what Yuma is saying here, right? Okay. I mean, they unfortunately, they bear the greatest burden of impact, but children are the next torch bearer. Of course, they are the next torch bearers. Yeah, because they are going to be working for all these things to make a better world for all. So that's why what we have to do is to take all the things to our classroom in a positive way, right? With hope, yeah, with the hope that we can achieve a better world if we all work towards it. Not like this, but like this. The world is like this. We are all together working for the same purpose, the purpose of having a better world for all, yes? Not this question of ecophobia, as we call it, right? Okay, that is to say, no, I don't want to talk about those issues. No, a sense of biophilia, that is to say, I love life, and I want to create a better world for all. Now, when in a class do we do this? How do we do this? Well, any moment. There is not a specific class for this. There is not a specific moment for this. You can use it at the beginning of your class, in the middle of your class, at the end of your class. You can include it through an activity. You can include it through any other sort of activity that I am going to show you here. But it has to be at any moment when you feel it's the time. Yeah. Now, have a look at this. How can you include these topics? Well, if you are a literature teacher, of course, by readings, yeah, by including readings connected with these issues, right? Okay, for example, A Long Walk to Water. I don't know if you know it. It's an excellent book for adolescents. It tells the story of a girl who walks miles and miles every day in Africa, searching for water for her own people, right? Okay, well, by that, you are going to teach your students that water availability is not the same everywhere, right? That there are lots of issues connected with water, that there are lots of, let's say, problems in connection with illnesses that you can get through, let's say, polluted water or drinking contaminated water. And so it's good to take that book to the classrooms, right? The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, which is also a film nowadays, right? That you can find in Netflix, I think. Well, that boy that built the mill, yes, to get the water for the people in Africa. But also you have the Lorax, yeah, with little kids to teach the importance of trees and why we need trees. Trees absorb carbon dioxide, yeah. All the carbon dioxide that we emanate, right, is absorbed by trees, where they are the lungs of the planet, as everyone calls them, right? And what are we doing? We are destroying them. We are cutting them down, right? And we are destroying trees and we are destroying the forests, okay? Unfortunately, because we need those trees. So, solution, let's plant trees all together, right? Okay. Braiding Sweetgrass is an amazing book as well. But if you work in other subjects, right? For example, mathematics, right? Or science, this is an excellent documentary, right? An Inconvenient Truth. Used to be in Netflix. Now I don't know. Yeah, you will have to Google it up. But An Inconvenient Truth by Al Gore, the American vice president, he tells the story of how the carbon dioxide emissions, right, started increasing. And so you have lots of figures, lots of numbers to take to the classrooms. Also, by means of working with infographics, right, at the United Nations website that you will see at the end of my presentation, yeah, you will have lots of infographics like this with percentages, with figures, with numbers that tell you about what's happening with each sustainable development goal. Yeah, what percentage of people have already reached, let's say, literacy, or for example, gender equality, right, etc., etc. So you can work on these issues by these infographics, right? Okay, it's not necessary to talk directly and prepare a special class on gender equality. Just show the percentages and work on the percentages in your class, and you will be opening your students' eyes to these issues, right? Okay. If you are a teacher of languages or music teacher, right? Have a look at this song.
Pick up your waist and little wherever you go.
And you all know it.
In sun or rain, in frost or snow. Let all the little plants and the animals have their say.
Just one more minute.
Biodiversity, hooray, hooray. Water is so precious, so cherish it, spread Gandhi's message. You can count on trees for the air you breathe.
Absolutely. We can count on trees. Yes.
You give us all the plants we need to grow our crops. That's how we're.
Okay, and then you continue listening to it, but don't tell me that it's not wonderful. I love this song for working with little kids, with adolescents, right, and even with people who are adults already. Yeah, they will love listening to this song. And by listening to this song, you start talking about the problem of trees and the question of deforestation, etc., right? I mean, it's a way of introducing these topics and talking a little bit in an English class. For example, you can use it as listening comprehension, right? Okay. Or, for example, in other classes, you can use it to introduce the issue for the writing. Yes, if you're a literature teacher, a language teacher. Another thing, we always talk about famous people in our classroom, maybe famous mathematicians, maybe famous, the ones that discovered this, that discovered that. Well, let's include our young activists in our classes, right? Let's talk about their life. Let's talk about their biographies. Malala Yousafzai, I imagine you know Malala, yes, who is the Sustainable Development Goal for ambassador for quality education, right? After what happened to her in her life, right? What else? Here we have, for example, Greta Thunberg, right? Okay, who's doing a lot for climate action, right? So, I mean, what you should do is to talk about her life. Why? Because we are teachers. We are teachers of children, of adolescents, right? And these girls, okay, they are not old. Maybe they are not your students' age, but you will show them that young people are doing a lot of things for our planet. So it's good for you to show this, right? Your students will feel identified. It's not that they will become activists, maybe yes, but they will feel identified and they will feel that they can do something as well. Also, poems. There are lots of poems that you have in Google. You just need to go to Google and look for poems in connection with nature, right? Have a look at this one, Wonderful Nature. Oh, wonderful nature. I wonder why you are so beautiful with green trees and buzzing bees. The grass is so green and everything so clean, right? So that's wonderful. Have a look at this one, which is amazing as well. Poems and videos recorded by very famous people. Yeah, have a look at this. I imagine you know them. Julia Roberts, yeah, Harrison Ford, Liam Neeson, right? Okay. Have a look, listen to this one.
Some call me nature. Others call me Mother Nature. I've been here for over 4.5 billion years. 22,500 times longer than you. I don't.
Let's take these things to our lessons. Let's teach our students what has happened to Mother Earth and to Mother Nature. Yes, a long time. Yeah. So they are amazing and you can easily find them in YouTube, right? There is no need to go other places, right? Well, here you have all the videos. Projects to work internationally. Who's into the Climate Action Project? Is any of you into the Climate Action Project? No, you should. climateactionproject.org. You go there. It's taking place nowadays. It's a 6-week project that you can take to your lessons, right? Okay, to teach about the causes and the consequences of global warming. All classrooms around the world are connecting with the Climate Action Project, right? And the good point of the Climate Action Project is that at some point of the project, you can connect with classrooms around the world, yes, and you can see what others are doing in connection with Climate Project, because that is amazing, yes, to collaborate and to see what others are doing, right? And to teach your students through what others are doing, right? That's great. It's a Sustainable Development Goal 17, a partnership for the goals, working all together. I connect my classes with students all over the world, and that's wonderful. Sustainable activities that you can include in your lessons, role plays, yes, okay, talking about these issues, right? Okay, talking about plastic, the problem of plastic, the problem of water, the problem of energy, the problem of e-waste, okay? There are lots of issues that we need to talk about in connection with the environment, right? Soil degradation, yeah? The question of food waste that is also connected with soil degradation, right? Debates, right? Circle of viewpoints. You are a politician, you are part of the government, you are a teacher, you are a parent, okay, right? And you create a circle of viewpoints. You give them a topic, you create the debate, right? Okay, and of course, then that you let them speak. If you want to work with this in history, talking about the causes of the problem, right? Okay, so they have to go back in history. If you want to work with this in science, wow, I imagine that you have lots of things to say here in science. If you want to work with this in math, the debate can go around any of percentages that are affecting parents, government, politicians, teachers, okay, around the world, yeah? A green school in each quizzes, yeah, make it a game, right? Like a Kahoot game in the classroom, right? To talk about these issues. And as you go along the Kahoot game, you teach your students. A green school initiative, right? Yes, okay. I imagine that most schools nowadays are having green school initiatives, maybe a green group that stays after school, yes, to do projects in connection with the environment, right? At first, maybe when you start the club, the green club, there are just few members, but as the years go by, you will see that more and more students will get interested in doing things for our planet. Does your school have a green school initiative? Tell me in the chat box. Again, this is not only for kids, right? Okay, also for university level, right? Why? Why is all this important? Good, good, good. I love that. Why is this important for universities? Because unfortunately, and that is a big call to action from me to you, teachers are not much aware of all these issues, right? And they say, Marce, how am I going to teach all this if I don't know about this? How am I going to take this to the classroom if I am not a science teacher and I don't know about these issues? You don't need to be a science teacher to take all this to your classrooms. You know why? Because your students are not experts either. You just need to introduce the topic, right? You can, then you go and make your students look for information about all these issues, right? And you learn at the same time they learn. Also for you, you go to Instagram, you go to TikTok, and there are lots of short videos that you can watch as you are in your house, just a minute, or as you travel to work, okay? And you can learn through those short videos what's really happening with plastics, what's really happening with water, with e-waste, with energy, with food waste, with fashion, right? Okay, the problem of fashion is really great. Yeah, how much we are producing and let's say consuming, right? But also throwing away and living in the environment, okay? Pollution, right? What's happening to our oceans, okay, right? And the problems that we are having there. How many forest fires we are having around the world. So, I mean, in just 1 minute, one TikTok minute or one Instagram video minute, yeah, you just learn about that. Yeah, you don't need to do a course. You don't need to go to a special, let's say, a specialization to learn about this. Also, the problem is that at teacher training colleges, we are not taught about these things. So that's a big problem because teachers are not taught how to teach the things. Yeah. So that's why we need to educate ourselves. That's a big issue for me. And that's why universities are so important. And universities must include all these issues because the people that are studying at university, the students that are studying at university need this information. They are going to be in the workplace sooner or later and working for all these issues, whatever they study, whatever they are studying at the moment, right? They are going to work for big companies who are doing a lot for the planet as well. They are going to work for big companies that now are working for the triple impact, that is to say, working for the environment, for the economy, and for the people, for equity. So, I mean, they are going to be part of the solutions. We must make them know about all this before they get to the workplace, right? finding the green hero in your classroom. Okay, someone who, for example, does not take plastic bottles to school, someone who does not use too much paper, someone who, okay, who's going to be the plastic hero this week? Okay, and your students will feel eager to take action. Yes, connect the 4 skills if you're a language teacher with green issues: listening to videos, to podcast, whatever, writing a letter to the government, telling them about some solution for the plastic problem or whatever. Yeah, but connect the 4 skills with the green issues. Remember, green is a trend, but sustainability is a mindset. And once you create this shift and you change your mindset and you have a sustainability mindset, you will include sustainability in every part of your life. Not only in your classroom, you will go home and you will continue your initiatives. You will continue taking action because green is just a trend, but sustainability is a mindset. And so once we change our students' mindset, especially the little kids, yeah, who can learn by pictures or through pictures, right, or through songs, as we saw a few minutes ago. Once we start changing this mindset and we all have a sustainability mindset, the world will become a better place for all. No doubt about it. Yes, no doubt about it. And just finishing, well, thinking routines also. 3 things I can recycle, 2 things I can reuse, 1 thing I can reduce, right? So, and you have to work on this, right? And these are some projects that I do at school. The Climate Action Project is a very important project at school. Also, the one connected with the plastic bottles and recycling plastic bottles, right? And single-use plastics inside the bottles. That's another very big project we have. Yes, this one, here they are, right? Okay, connecting my classrooms with people around the world. This is an organization in the United States that goes to Malawi and helps people in Malawi to get clean water, yes, for their families, for them, okay, right? And so connecting with them was amazing because my students saw a reality they didn't know, and they also saw that they could be part of the solution by helping these people, right? Okay, here connecting with the schools in India, right? Talking what was happening there and what is happening here. We are just finishing, Han. Why is it that we need to talk about all this? Why is it that we need to include environmental education? Empathy to what is happening around the world, the value of multiple perspectives, a sense of hope, our students will feel that they are part of the world, of the solutions for this world. Voice and choice, they will be able to act on what they want. Active learning, students are part of the change, and many others. So remember, we must show our students that what they are capable of, not what they are responsible for. They are not responsible of all these issues. The greatest danger to our future is apathy. That is what Dr. Jane Goodall said, and of course it's like that. Yes, if we don't do anything, if we don't act now, we won't see solutions, right? Small actions multiplied by a lot of people around the world will create the change that we need. So create, please, sustainable classrooms, right? This was a video, but we have no time. Maybe I can leave it to you. Just follow me if you're interested in connecting and doing more things for the environment. And please take a photo, take a picture to all these websites, which are really useful to take information to your classrooms. And don't forget the United Nations website. There you will find lots of information as well, infographics, as I told you, for the mathematics teachers and the science experts to take to your lessons. Thank you very much for being here, and thank you very much for wanting to take environmental education to your lessons. Thank you, Bob, thank you, Han, for being here with me today, and it's been a pleasure for me to be connecting with you, and I hope there is more collaboration ahead.
Thank you so much, Ms. Marcela Villan, for joining us today. A special thanks to your presentation, for your inspiring presentation. We trust that the participants have gathered some valuable insights and practical ideas for environmental education, which is no longer optional. It's an essential in education. Absolutely. Right now. Yeah. Start a reminder for Saturday, the 6th of December, 2025, same time, 8:30 p.m. Vietnam time. We'll be talking into another engaging webinar with Mr. Robert Martinez from Spain. on a very specific topic for teaching teams. Sign here, please. Team taking control of classroom harmony and AI. Stay tuned for detailed information and registration updates on our EduVerse platform and media in our newsletter. And don't forget to join us on our Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram for more updates and practical teaching ideas. And before you go, don't forget to download EduVerse Newsletters 23, packed with fresh insights and practical ideas for your classroom. We're also excited to announce our special edition, issue 24, theme Sustainable Education, Growing Tomorrows, Teaching for Sustainable Futures, which will be released next month in November. Please find all the information on our website, proed.com.vn/eduverse, totally free. Finally, we truly appreciate your active participation and look forward to reconnecting with you at our next event.